Bonjour from Paris, the city that never fails to enchant and inspire. Paris, the city of lights, a place where history, culture, and romance blend seamlessly. Just saying the name conjures up images, doesn't it? Images of iconic landmarks, world-class cuisine, and an atmosphere that is uniquely Parisian. We think of cobblestone streets, charming cafes, and the aroma of freshly baked bread wafting through the air. There's an undeniable romantic energy that hangs in the air, making it a perfect destination for lovers and dreamers alike. And while we can't magically transport you there right now, wouldn't that be something? We can take you on a virtual stroll through the heart of Paris. Imagine yourself walking along the Seine, the river that has witnessed centuries of history and romance. Our journey today begins at one of the most iconic structures on Earth, the Eiffel Tower. Standing tall and proud, it's a symbol of French ingenuity and elegance. From there, we'll wind our way through charming parks, where locals and tourists alike enjoy leisurely picnics and strolls. We'll cross historic squares, each one telling its own story, filled with bustling activity and vibrant life. And we'll wander down streets brimming with elegance, showcasing beautiful architecture that has stood the test of time. Get ready to take it all in. From the grandeur of famous landmarks to the simple beauty of a Parisian park bench just begging you to sit and people watch. So put on your comfy shoes, grab a croissant and a café au lait, or maybe just imagine them, and let's get going. Picture yourself savoring that buttery croissant, the perfect accompaniment to a rich aromatic coffee. This is Paris, and adventure awaits around every corner. From the hidden gems tucked away in quiet neighborhoods, to the grand boulevards that have inspired countless artists and writers, there's always something new to discover. So come along, and let's explore the magic of Paris together. Here she is, the Eiffel Tower, a marvel of engineering and a symbol of French ingenuity. Can you believe this iconic structure was initially meant to be temporary? Yes, it was designed by Gustave Eiffel for the 1889 World's Fair, and it was supposed to stand for just 20 years. Built for the 1889 World's Fair, the Eiffel Tower was almost torn down just 20 years later. The city of Paris had plans to dismantle it, but it was saved by its potential for scientific experiments, particularly in the field of communication. Luckily for us, it was saved because of its potential for communication. The tower became a giant radio antenna playing a crucial role in the early days of wireless telegraphy. Standing tall at 1,063 feet, the Eiffel Tower offers breathtaking views of Paris. From its observation decks, you can see the entire city in all its glory. Imagine yourself riding up to one of the 3 levels, feeling the wind in your hair, and then seeing the entire city spread out before you. The experience is both exhilarating and awe-inspiring. The Seine River winding through, its waters reflecting the city's lights, the Champs-Élysées stretching out like a ribbon, lined with trees and bustling with life, and all those beautiful Parisian rooftops, each telling a story of its own. It's a sight you won't soon forget. The Eiffel Tower is not just a monument, it's a testament to human creativity and resilience. Every year, millions of visitors come to witness its grandeur, making it one of the most visited landmarks in the world. So, when you stand beneath its iron lattice, remember the history, the innovation, and the sheer wonder that it represents. From the base of the Eiffel Tower, we find ourselves in the Champs de Mars. This sprawling green space stretches out like a giant garden, perfect for a leisurely stroll. Originally a military training ground, can you imagine? It became a public park in the late 1700s. Today, the Champs de Mars is a favorite spot for locals and tourists alike. Imagine picnicking on the grass with that incredible view of the Eiffel Tower, or maybe enjoying a game of pétanque with friends. In the summer, there are often free concerts and events held here. It's a lively and beautiful slice of Parisian life. As we leave the Champs de Mars, we'll meander towards the Seine River. This iconic waterway is practically its own character in the story of Paris. It divides the city into the right bank and the left bank, each with its own distinct personality. As we stroll along the riverbanks, take a moment to appreciate the picturesque bridges that cross the Seine. Each bridge has its own unique history and architectural style. The Pont Alexandre III, with its ornate statues and lamps, is a favorite for romantic photos. Can you picture yourself strolling hand in hand with a loved one across this bridge? Section 5, Place de la Concorde, from revolution to revolution. Our virtual walk now brings us to the Place de la Concorde. one of the largest and most historic squares in Paris. This iconic location is not just a square, it's a living museum of French history, a place where the past and present coexist in a fascinating blend. This square has seen it all. From grand celebrations to tragic executions, it has been a silent witness to the ebb and flow of French history. During the French Revolution, it was a somber place where Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette were executed. The guillotine stood here, a grim reminder of the turbulent times that shaped modern France. Today, it's a grand space dominated by the obelisk of Luxor, a 3,300-year-old Egyptian obelisk gifted to France. This ancient monument stands as a symbol of the enduring connections between civilizations. Take a moment to imagine the bustling energy of this place. The square is alive with the sounds of the city, from the hum of traffic to the chatter of tourists and locals alike. Cars whizzing around the central roundabout, fountains splashing, and people from all over the world soaking in the atmosphere. The fountains, with their intricate designs, add a touch of elegance and serenity amidst the urban hustle. It's a reminder that Paris is a city with an incredibly rich and layered past. Every corner, every stone, has a story to tell. The architecture around the square, from the grand hotels to the historic buildings, speaks volumes about the city's evolution through the ages. As the sun sets, the Place de la Concorde transforms yet again. The evening lights cast a magical glow, highlighting the beauty and grandeur of this historic square. It's a place where history is not just remembered but felt, a testament to the enduring spirit of Paris. Section 6, Champs-Élysées, where glamour meets grandeur. Next up, we're stepping onto the Champs-Élysées, perhaps the most famous avenue in the world. This grand boulevard stretches from the Place de la Concorde to the Arc de Triomphe. It's lined with luxury boutiques, chic cafes, theaters, and showrooms. Think of any major designer, they're likely to have a presence here. Window shopping is practically a sport on the Champs-Élysées. But don't forget to stop and enjoy a coffee at a sidewalk cafe. It's the perfect way to people watch and soak in the lively atmosphere of this iconic street. Section 7, Triumphant Arch, timeless symbol. As we reach the end of the Champs-Élysées, our eyes are drawn to the majestic Arc de Triomphe. This iconic arch stands in the center of Place Charles de Gaulle, a massive roundabout that connects 12 different avenues. Talk about a traffic jam. Commissioned by Napoleon Bonaparte to celebrate his victories, the Arc de Triomphe is a symbol of French national pride. Imagine the parades and celebrations that have taken place here throughout history. You can even climb to the top for a panoramic view of Paris, a perfect way to retrace our steps on this virtual tour. Section 8, a royal retreat, the Tuileries Garden. Just a stone's throw from the Arc de Triomphe, we find a tranquil oasis in the heart of the city, the Tuileries Garden. This formal garden was once the playground of kings and queens. It's easy to imagine royalty strolling through the manicured paths and admiring the fountains and sculptures. Today, the Tuileries Garden is a favorite spot for a relaxing break from the hustle and bustle of Paris. You can find people reading by the pond, children pushing toy sailboats, or artists sketching the picturesque scenery. It's the perfect place to pause, take a deep breath, and soak in the beauty of our surroundings. Section 9, Louvre's Treasures, a feast for the eyes. Our virtual journey culminates at the Louvre Museum, one of the world's largest and most famous art museums. Housed in a former royal palace, the Louvre's collection spans centuries and includes masterpieces like Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo. Even from the outside, the Louvre is incredibly impressive. Its iconic glass pyramid, added in 1989, is a striking contrast to the classic French architecture of the palace. Imagine wandering through the vast halls, discovering artistic treasures at every turn. It's an art lover's dream come true. Section 10, Au revoir, but not goodbye. Well, friends, our virtual walk through Paris has come to an end. We've walked in the footsteps of emperors and artists, picnicked in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower, and admired priceless works of art. But this is just a taste of what this incredible city has to offer. Paris is a city that begs to be explored, from its charming cafes and hidden alleyways to its grand boulevards and world-renowned museums. I hope this virtual tour has inspired you to add Paris to your travel bucket list. Trust me, it's even better in person. Section 11, a Parisian adventure awaits. So who's ready to book a trip to Paris? Start planning your adventure today and get ready to fall in love with the City of Lights. Au revoir for now and happy travels.